What is up, YouTube? I'm Uncle here. So we're going to be going through some remote duel results from the TCG store in Honduras. They actually sent me the results on Facebook. I was like, all right, let's go through this. So fourth place here is Cyber Dragons, and this was primarily one of the reasons why I chose to cover this, is because how often have we seen Cyber Dragons do stuff? I mean, there's still a very good going second deck, clearing out boards, and then just slamming face, no TKing. Also, this build plays a decent amount of hand traps, actually. And I mean, of course, the ball-busting card, this thing. So, Angel Alonso got fourth place in this tournament, playing going second Cyber Dragons, with some interesting splashes of things here. I also see this is some interesting text. So we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom, Enjoy Spring, triple copies of Cyber Poopy Dragon, triple copies of Cyber Dragon Core, 2 copies of Hearse, 2 copies of Naxter, 1 copy of Eltanin. I know a lot of people have kind of moved away from Eltanin in some of the more modern builds. This card is still okay. It is still an acceptable card choice for breaking boards, things like that. I do honestly kind of like this because it kind of feels like at the end of the day, you drop this on the field and your opponent's like, well, I don't know what to do about this. So, still not bad. We have 1 Pinkertops, 2 copies of Droll and Lockbird. Yay. This card will ruin Dragon Link players' days. We have 1 Electromagnetic Turtle. Honestly, this is pretty cute. Getting a Battle Face Stopper for no real reason is really good. Triple copies of Galaxy Soldier, and then 2 copies of Jizakuru, the Star-Destroying Kaiju. And then we have 1 Called by the Grave, triple copies of Cyber Emergency, 1 copy of Repair Plant with 1 Rev System, 1 Cyber Load Fusion, 1 Feather Duster, triple copies of LOL, summon 2 more Cyber Dragons, 1 Monster Reborn with 1 for 1, 1 Overload Fusion, 2 copies Potted as Izes, 1 Raigeki, and 1 copy of Cyber Overload, or Overflow, with 2 copies of Evenly Matched, wrapping up Angel's main deck. And here in the next deck we have 1 Almirage, 1 Genius, 1 Verte, 1 Linkuriboh with 1 Zeger, triple copies of Nova, 2 copies of Infinity, 1 copy of Vanitas, 1 Cyber Twin Dragon, 1 Cyber Eternity Dragon, with 1 Rampage and 1 Mega Fleet. A side deck here, we have triple copies of Lancia, 1 Scythe, 1 Fortress, triple copies of Cosmic, triple copies of Dark Ruler No More, triple copies of Artifact Sanctum, and 1 single copy of Red Reboot, wrapping up Angel's main deck for everybody. Like I said, kind of cool to see that against the rest of the meta, Angel chose to stand up and be the guy to try to break those boards. Kudos to you, good sir. I appreciate a good show. Next up, we have Infernoble Knights, and this was piloted by Pedro Vanesca, actually. So this was 3rd place out of this tournament. And let's always give it up for a good Infernoble player. And actually, besides hand ripping capabilities, this build can go second because we're packing in Dark Ruler No Mores and we got the Droll and Lockbirds. I guess this seems to be the formioli for breaking the format here. Just slap down some Drolls, slap down some Dark Ruler No Mores. You win the game, right? Seems easy enough. Alright, so we have 1 Despot 001, triple copies of Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of the Fire Flint Lady, yay, Rock Extenders, 2 copies of the Immortal Gearfried, triple copies of Renauld, 1 copy of Elstafo, 1 Ogier, triple copies of Oliver, 1 Coltwing, triple copies of the Neospace Connect Lad, 1 Aqua Dolphin, 1 copy of Plague Spready, with 1 Gimba, and 2 copies of the Super Quantum Red Layer. Seems basic enough to me. Spells, we have triple copies of Durandal, 2 copies of DDR, triple copies of Hadoken, 1 Phoenix Blade, triple copies of Heritage of the Chalice, 2 copies of Living Fossil, 1 Midfield Breaker, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Rhoda, and 1 copy of Smoke Grenade, wrapping up Mr. Pedro's main deck. Extra deck, we have 1 Auroradon, 1 Link Cross, 2 copies of Isolde, 1 Holly Fibrax, 1 Access Code, 1 Tatsunoko, 1 Omega with 1 Power Tool, 1 Martial Metal, 1 copy of our boy Charles with Roland, Herald, Formula, and Borreload Savage. Side deck here, we have triple copies of Lancia, 1 Pankratops, triple copies of the Space Rock, triple copies of Drag Down to the Grave, triple copies of Lightning Storm, 1 Imperial Order, and 1 copy of Red Reboot, bringing together another classic story about ripping my opponent's hand apart and laughing at them as they cry and go, I want to quit this game. That's what it's like to play against Infernoble. Alright, just watch your resources dwindle away as they take it from you. Alright, it's a real interesting time. Next up, we have Dino Roars. This was Oscar Espinizo's. Man, I'm bad with names. He got second place out of this tournament. And I will say, this looks pretty standard. No Mystic Mine, though, but instead of choosing to opt for not playing the Mine, we basically have the Dark Ruler No Mores in the deck to help us exploit some options for going second. So, I guess you pick your poison in that regard. Do I want to play Mine or do I want to play this? And we chose to play Dark Rulers to break the boards. So we have 2 copies of Animador Archosaur. I love how this has just become the number. Alright, like, 3 is nah, 1 nah, 2? We have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, 2 copies of Baby Ceratosaurus, 1 Pankratops, 1 Giant Rex, triple copies of Misk, I hate this card, triple copies of Nibiru, 1 copy of Pterodon, triple copies of Gamma, triple copies of Soul-Eating Oviraptor Coon, 2 copies of Ultimate Conductor Go Burr, and 1 copy of Cyframe Driver. Then we have 2 Hadoken, 2 copies of Double Evolution Bell, triple copies of Pot of Extrav, 2 copies of Lost Rope, triple copies of Pot of Extravagance, 1 copy Terraforming, and triple copies of Infinite Impermanence, wrapping up the main deck here. Now, extra deck, remember we are an extra base deck, so some of our choices are going to have to be because we don't want to lose them when we extra. So we have 2 copies of Secure Gardener, 1 copy of Lambda. I like how this has kind of just moved on into this deck. It's like, because Gamma and Driver are such good cards that just being able to Lambda the opponent has become really good. Triple copies of Link Karibo, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Logia, 2 copies of Dolka, 1 Nova, 1 Dweller, 1 copy of Omega, 1 Makaba, and 1 Initus. Side deck here, we have triple copies of Lancia, triple copies of Droll and Lockbird, triple copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 2 copies of Evenly Matched, 1 Red Reboot, and 2 Ripple copies of Solemn Judgment. That's a lot of Judgment in the side deck here, actually. This will basically detrimentally punish the opponent and put you into a much better winning position once things like this start to resolve. And I mean, let's give it up for our format staple. I don't think I've seen a deck without Red Reboot in the side this entire format. It seems like this has just been the go-to for everybody. And then last, but certainly the winner here, we have Eduardo Vega's first place Salad list. Alright, now I give Salad a lot of crap, and I think a lot of you guys understand why, but this deck ended up winning something. I'm very happy here. Good job, Eduardo. So we have triple copies of Ash Blossom, Joyous Spring, triple copies of Effect Veiler, 2 copies of Phantasme, 2 copies of Flame Buffalo, triple copies of Lady Debug, we have 2 copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Parallel Exceed, 1 copy of Falco, 2 copies of Foxy, 1 Gazelle, 2 copies of Jack Jaguar, 2 copies of Spinny, wrapping up the monster spells. We have triple Silent Mining, 1 Monster Reborn, 2 Desires, 1 Circle, 1 Salamangreat 6 with 1 Upstart, and only 1 Will of all things. Very interesting. Traps, we have 2 Gravedigger's Holes, 2 copies of Infinite Permanence, 1 Salamangreat Rage, and only 1 Roar, wrapping up the main deck. Extra deck, we have 1 Update Jammer, 1 Transcode, 1 Splash Mage, triple copies of Sunlight Wolf, 2 copies of Heat Leo, triple copies of Balinix, 1 Link Karibo, 1 Access Code, 1 Rafflesia, and 1 copy of Dweller, wrapping up the extra deck. Side deck here, we have triple Lancia, 1 Pankratops, 2 Cosmic, triple Dark Ruler, 1 Feather Duster, 2 Gozen, 2 Ice Dragon's Prison, and 1 Imperial Order. What an interesting lineup here. Actually, the use of Rafflesia in this deck with the Gravedigger's Hole is definitely an interesting splash choice, I think. So, guys, what do you think about TCG Store's interesting remote duel results? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, duelists. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCall40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCall40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcallgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.